Okay, it's time for the main man today. Special guest, very, very special guest. It is with great pleasure to announce my next guest, a true legend and a great person, Mr. David Penn, Spanish legend. He released on so many labels, but let's just mention a few. Urbana Recordings, that's his label, and then legendary Defected Records, and then Toolroom, Sony, etc. His music has influenced me a lot in 2000s, and he still rocks the world scene with his production. I have him today exclusively on Fever. We did a little interview, and I'm gonna play it for you just before the mix. Let me just say a few words about David. He's an icon in Spanish electronic music scene with more than 20 years of successful career. As a producer, he has made more than 200 productions and remixes, such as Kadoc The Nightrain, Deux Sun Rising Up, Fight Again, and then his collaboration with another Spanish legend, Chus, the track called Baila, and then Will I. Then the track called What is House, or his recent hits Lovin U, or the remix of Candi Staton, the track called Hallelujah Anyway. He has remixed artists such as Sandy Rivera, Mariah Carey, Boy George, Simply Red, Jon Cutler, Masters at Work, Adeva, Candi Staton, and as I said, he released on labels including Defected, Toolrooms, Sony and EMI. Hailing from Madrid, he proudly managed his own acclaimed label, Urbana Recordings, undoubtedly one of the best house labels worldwide. As a DJ, his quality sets have earned him outstanding global public. Award-winning DJ and producer, DJ Mag voted him as the best house DJ in last 5 annual editions, plus best house DJs at Wishes Music Awards 2011, 12 and 13. His latest tracks, Yeah Yeah and That Vibe, are number 1 and number 2 on Traxsource. I could speak about David for hours, but let's let the main man speak now. Me and David had a little chat the other day, and I was a bit cheeky and recorded everything. Just joking. Okay, here is the exclusive interview for Groovology session. Ladies and gents, David Penn. And straight after that, we're going to listen to his mix. Stay tuned. This is Groovology session. My name is Vic Vixen.
Broadcasting from 10,000 feet in the sky, Fever Rising.
You're listening to Groovology Session.
Hi, David.
Hey Vic, how are you, man?
Well, let's start with the first question. Kadoc, Montilla, Dukes, New Boy, UPM are just a few of the aliases you used, but there's a special story behind the name of David Penn. I'm sure you've told it 1,000 times in the last 15 years, but do you mind sharing it with us again?
Well, I was doing many productions years ago, and before the year 1999, I was using different aliases with another guys that I was working with. But after 99, I started by myself, and I did different productions, and I started to use the name of David Penn, you know. But also I had another kind of style, and I sang as Montilla, New Boy, or for example Deux, which is another project with my friend Tony Bass, that we are working together maybe 20 years. And yeah, it's nice to have different names, as not every record sounds like David Penn, you know. I'm not using so much now different aliases. I'm more focused now on David Penn and also Deux, which is with Tony. But yeah, it's always fun to sign with different names and to express something different on each production.
The moment when you realized you made it, that you actually succeed, when that have happened in your life, and how? Can you tell us a few words about that period of your life?
Well, in 1993 I started with my label Deux Sun Records, and we were trying to release on big compilation at that time, you know. This was our dream, because in Spain there were a few compilations that were selling 100 or 200,000 copies, and our dream was to start, you know, releasing on these big compilations, you know, also releasing vinyls by ourselves. And in 1995, I think, yeah, we made Kadoc The Nightrain, and we didn't expect the success. It was released in August 95. We only pressed first 1,000 copies, and in 1 week disappeared from Ibiza, no? And everybody want that track, and was incredible, because a few months later we received requests from all over the world. We also went to act on Top of the Pops in the UK. So yeah, we're amazing times, you know. We were just started a couple of years before, and we had a big success around the world. We were traveling a lot, and this was until 1998, 99 that I started with my name as David Penn. And because with David Penn, it's more me, you know. In the other project, Kadoc, it was a fusion of three guys that we were doing the music. But I want to start it as myself, with my own style, and everything controlled by me.
With more than 20 years of successful career, you are considered as an icon of Spanish electronic music scene. And not just that, in 1994 you met another Spanish dance music legend, DJ Chus. In one of the articles I've read that you influenced him more than anybody else, and basically with your guidance he became what he is now. Tell us about that beautiful friendship from which the Iberican sound was born.
Well, yeah, it was in a record shop. Which was also my distributor, and I was checking for some music, and one guy came and say, "Hi, it's DJ Chus, and I love your productions. Can we do some music together?" So that's how it started, you know. He really wanted to learn to make music, and and it was the beginning. We started to make some music. Until now, we continue more than 20 years later, making what we like, making music and traveling around the world.
Iberican sound is a rhythmic, percussive, electronic house with a touch of soul, sometimes with some vocal rips mixed in, stemming from the Iberian peninsula of Spain and Portugal. That music style left a deep impact globally. How do you see it today, and is it still actual by your opinion?
Well, Iberican Sound was the name that Chus put on the productions. To be honest, it was different than the rest of the music that we were listening. Okay, with some influences, but that time was good times, for Spanish music, because when we released, for example, in 95 around the world with Kadoc, that it wasn't Iberican sound, but what I mean is that on that time nobody were looking to Spain, to Spanish productions. We came a little bit late, and on that time maybe only Dimas from Deformation was a little bit before me, but there was not many success of the Spanish producers until a few years later that Iberican sound came. This was our label or touch or difference of the rest of the productions around the world, and it was good, because much more people were looking to Spain since then till now.
You have your own record company, and more than 10 years you're running your radio show. I remember back in the day, without Shazam or today's technology, I was listening to your show every week, and that was one of my main sources of new music. Tell us about your Zen Records and Urbana Recordings. How are you managing all that with your busy DJ tours?
Well, I need to spend a lot of time, in my work, in the weekend you are playing around the world, and during the week I have to do the radio show, as you said, since many years. But this is what I like, I need to express my style, my likes, doing the radio show every week, and also with my productions I love to make music and I love to play it. So yeah, it's I have to spend much time. But when you are doing with love, it's not as hard, that can imagine. But yeah, it takes a lot of time.
What is house? Will I? It's yours, and so many more tracks influenced so many generations. You released in labels such as Defected, Toolroom Records, Sony EMI, and many more. Your new tracks, Yeah Yeah and That Vibe, are number 1 and number 2 on the track source at the moment. More than 20 years of career, and you're still on the top. That must be a great feeling. Is it hard to decide which one of these brilliant labels you're gonna choose to release your music on?
Yeah, I'm really happy with the latest productions are working so good. I feel that the house music is finally back, and I love it. I love this. We stayed many years with the EDM, electro, blah blah blah, and now I feel that it's coming again. The people want also to listen music, not just beats and no feeling, no vibe music. That's why I always try to keep my likes, my style. Okay, going with the times, but you need to have your own style. Many DJs changed their style when the EDM came, but I was continuing with my style, with house music. Okay, sometimes with different directions, but always with musical thing inside. And at the end, it's very nice to see that I continue doing productions that the people really like, the new generations. So I'm really happy, really proud. And about the labels, okay, I normally think first on Urbana, which is my label, but sometimes I send to other labels. It depends how the track is. I present to one label or other, but the first is mine, it's Urbana.
I remember we met in 2008. I was running a club night in this club back home in Bosnia. So I have had booked both you and DJ Chus among others in series of parties there. Unfortunately, right after Chus gigs and just a week before yours, the venue had to close completely for some reason, so we were forced to cancel your gig there. And just a week before, I remember I was so sad, but you were playing another gig that weekend in Split in Croatia as well. So we met there for dinner, and after that we went to this party where you were playing. I will never forget this night. It was such a great party. I remember you as a very open and friendly person. And after almost 10 years, I spoke to you the other day about this interview, and I see the same normal person, despite his success, which is very rare today. Do you think you have had changed a lot since then?
Of course, I'm the same person. Of course, I never changed. Many people told me that I'm a normal guy. Why not? You know, I started in music because I love it. Since I was 9 years old, I started playing piano, and it's my passion. But I don't think I'm better than others. You know, I am lucky that I do what I like. I'm making music. I'm playing music. I remember when we were with a big success and with the Nightrain. I was 23 years old. And I never felt like a star. You know, I'm the same person. In the industry, you can be up, you can be down, in the middle. So the important thing is to continue, because if you feel a star, maybe you will not be a star soon. This is what I think.
And last question, I'm not sure when was the last time you played here in Ireland, but I'm sure you have a big fan base here, and a lot of them are maybe young producers who would be more than happy to send you some demos for your label. Can you tell us how they can do that?
Yeah, I played sometimes in Ireland. I always have much fun. The people really like to dance, to enjoy, to express themselves. So I would love to go back really soon. For those that want to send me their productions, they can do it to demos@urbanarecordings.com.
I want to thank you for your time and patience, David, and hopefully I'll see you very soon playing here in Ireland.
Okay, Big, thanks so much for the interview, and hope to see you soon in Ireland. Hi, this is David Penn, and you are listening to Big Vixen's Groovology Sessions on Fever Radio Ireland. I hope you're going to enjoy my mix. Take care.
Locked and loud, broadcasting from 10,000 feet in the sky. Fever Rising.
Show patience. Don't get this handprint on your face. Whew.
Okay, you heard the man. This was David Penn. Nice little chat. Now I'm gonna let you enjoy his 1 hour mix that he did exclusively for my show. Ladies and gents, this is David Penn, Urbana Recordings. Enjoy.
here to party, don't really wanna hurt nobody. Don't get this handprint on your face, don't get this handprint. I said don't get this handprint on your face, don't get this handprint. Don't get this handprint. Get this handprint on your face, don't get this handprint. I said don't get this handprint on your face.
delivering proper underground electronic music from a global team to a global audience. broadcasting live to every corner of the planet. You're listening to PHEVER.ie.
guess I'm in his slave. I guess I'm in his. I'm straight to no control, I'm a victim. I need some help to escape it. And I know I'm a fool. No one to blame, I'm a weakness. You are the deadliest of
from 10,000 feet in the sky, Fever Rising.
session.
Unfortunately, this is the end. Another Groovology session, episode 75. It was a privilege to have today's guest. For all of you who just tuned in last hour of the show, as part of the Groovology Podcast Series, I had David Penn. Last 2 minutes of his mix and the interview just before the mix. If you missed this beautiful house mix, it's gonna be uploaded on my SoundCloud page as well as on Fever's Mixcloud page, together with the interview, so you can give it a go as much as you want. So this was another Groovology session. I want to thank David for finding time to talk to me and to send this mix. After all, it's a very busy high season and he's on his tour. Wow, the main man is here now, after a long time, Patty. I want to thank you all for listening. This was another Groovology session on Fever. I'll be here with you again next Thursday from 12 o'clock. Stay tuned.
Groovology Session. Welcome to the Groovology Session on Fever Radio.